Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk by Tech. In the news today, related to AEW wrestling, not only are we going to get a new program, AEW Collision, which is a joint venture between AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery, but the big news is the name of it, which of course is The Second Coming, and as we all know, that basically refers to CM Punk. So CM Punk hasn't been seen for a while. He has not been seen since the little scuffle between himself, the Bucks, and Kenny Omega in a backstage area. A lot of heated things related to that. I'm not really going to get into that all that much, but we are definitely overall glad to see not only is AEW expanding to a new show, that show being Collision, but the name of the introductory show is going to be The Second Coming. And again, that's going to be CM Punk. The show is going to basically be, the first episode at least, is going to be out of Chicago, which of course is CM Punk's home. So there's a big turnout expected for that. There's going to be a lot of fanfare related to it. Talk is that the first feud is going to be with Jericho, but Punk himself was angling to work with another wrestler. But we know Jericho is going to be that first feud of Punk, so it should be very interesting. Overall, Meltzer was noted as saying it wasn't a requirement for Punk to be involved, but Warner Brothers Discovery absolutely wanted Punk. And for a company like that, a larger scale company, Warner Brothers Discovery knows what tips the needle, and that is why they really wanted CM Punk to be involved in this. Not a big surprise. It's going to be very interesting to see where or if the Bucks or Kenny Omega align or end up on this show at any time, or if this is going to stay Punk's basic show, and they'll be on, basically the other AEW program. So it's going to be interesting to see the dynamics of that, and if that's the case, are we going to get that division? Are we going to get that split that a lot of people have talked about and wondered about? Are we going to get the two different styles in the two different shows? Is one show going to be dedicated to the pro wrestler while the other show dedicated to the sports entertainer? Guys like Punk and FTR are definitely on the pro wrestler side. They tell stories in the rings. They can be slower with their work. They show injuries from previous to remind you that, oh yeah, that was hurting the match. So they draw you into it in a bit of a different way, where Kenny Omega and the Bucks more so than Kenny Omega, tend to be spot show. They just pop move after move after move, and nothing really sticks. You don't really feel like there's anything prolonged or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the two styles are different, of course, but if they do end up splitting like across the shows, where you've got that pro wrestling and Punk on one side and you've got the Bucks and Omega and the spot show stuff on the other, it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that or where it goes. I don't necessarily see it, but it's been something that people are very interested in, and more so because people are interested to see how the ratings would go because of it. But from here, we're basically just glad Punk is back. We're glad AEW overall has a new show that they can put talent on. We're just looking forward, myself, I should say, I'm looking forward for Punk to basically be on both shows and to see how ratings go when he is on these events. AEW dipped under that 1 million viewership number, and they've been under it for a while. So it'll be interesting to see if the guy himself can really turn the needle like he previously had been doing and move them over that 1 million mark. So will be interesting to see for sure. But again, we've got a new show, AEW. First one is going to be called The Second Coming. It's Punk. It's Chicago. And as Meltzer noted, Warner Brothers Discovery wanted Punk. They were going to do the show either way. The deal wasn't dependent on Punk, but they wanted Punk. So this is going to be very interesting to see where things go from here. And definitely glad that someone the caliber of CM Punk is back for AEW to help boost ratings even further than they are and really bring in that solid pro wrestling core audience. That's all. This has been Talk by Tech.